Welcome to Miller Elementary's Kindergarten Roundup slideshow. This is the information that you will need to help register your child for the 2020-2021 school year of kindergarten. Here's your kindergarten team. It is Mrs. Baskin, Mrs. Drapchuk, myself, Mrs. Jordan, Mrs. Mills, and Mrs. Maru. We are going to learn today some skills that your child should know before beginning kindergarten, things they could be working on over the summer, and how to enroll your child. Getting ready for kindergarten. These are things that your child should be able to work on and know before beginning kindergarten. They should be able to say their first and their last name, recognize their first and last name in print, have it written down so they can read it. Use the bathroom independently. We may not assist with bathroom needs. They should be able to write their first name and hold a pencil correctly. At the beginning of the year, they're going to need to know if they're a packer, they're bringing their lunch from home, or if they're going to buy their lunch at school and what choice they would like to have. Your child should be able to dress themselves and tie their shoes independently. If they cannot tie shoes, please make sure that you are sending them in Velcro shoes. Coloring, cutting, and gluing. These are all important fine motor skills that they should be practicing. Count, recognize, and write their numbers to 10. They should be able to recognize all of their alphabet letters out of order. So for example, they might see an A, then a Z, then an M, then a P, and they should be able to know what those letters are. Listen and follow 1 to 2 step directions. So for example, go get me a spoon and a fork and put it on the table, please. And they should be able to do that without you constantly repeating it. Fostering independence at home. These are skills that you should be practicing with them over the summer. They should be able to zip their own coat and pack their own backpack. I know it takes a long time for our little fingers to manipulate zippers, but this is a skill they need to be able to do. Again, tying shoes independently, and if they cannot, please buy them Velcro shoes. Blowing a nose. This is a skill you have to teach your child. Most children think that when they wipe their nose with a Kleenex, they have blown it. That is not what they are doing. Please practice how to blow your nose. Opening snacks and food packages independently. Being able to manipulate their belt and their snaps and their buttons on their pants. By law, we are not allowed to assist them with snapping and unsnapping and buttoning and unbuttoning pants. This is something they need to be able to do by themselves. Again, their bathroom skills, knowing how to wash their hands correctly, knowing how to flush, using words to express their needs and not just pointing at things. I need to use the bathroom. I need a Kleenex. They need to be able to use their words to tell me these things. Over the summer, make sure that you're reading with your child and writing with your child and counting every day with them. Can be everyday, ordinary things. How many steps is it to the basement? How many steps do we have to get upstairs? How many steps does it take to get to the mailbox? Things like that. Engage in language talk throughout everyday activities, making sure that they're speaking to you in full sentences. They don't just say milk or water. They say, I would like some milk to drink, please. Get to bed early so that your children have 10 hours of sleep. They require a lot of sleep. Their bodies and brains are growing. Make sure that they are eating breakfast at home. If you are not eating breakfast at home, then they need to make sure they're on to school early enough so that they can eat breakfast at school. Limit the amount of screen time they have. They need to be outside and playing. They need to be actively playing a board game. They need to be playing with their friends. They need to be using their imagination. They should not be sitting for hours in front of a television screen. Separation anxiety. This is a hard one for moms and dads. It was hard for us when we have to say goodbye to our own children. Children will cry sometimes when they have to say goodbye to mom and dad, but it's best to give a quick hug and a quick kiss and leave as quickly as possible, because it only makes it worse to drag it out. Develop a predictable routine so that your child knows that you are going to come back. They're used to you leaving and coming back. They know that it's okay, that you're not going to say goodbye and never return. Supplies that you should have in your house every day. These are supplies that your children will be using in class, but these are also things they need for their work to be completed at home as well. So pencils, crayons, colored pencils, paper, flashcards of the alphabet and numbers, things you can buy at the dollar store, child-size scissors that are used with your supervision, glue sticks and glue bottles, again, used with your supervision, magnetic letters and numbers. These are all important things that they should have on hand to use. Getting ready for kindergarten registration. So how do you get the paperwork to register? You can do it all online, or you can ask for a mailed copy to go to your home. What you do is you go to the district website by clicking on these blue words. And when you go and click on that, it's going to take you here to student enrollment and registration. When you get here, you can go to start your child's online pre-enrollment here. When you go there, this is the screen that you're going to see. You can continue it if you have started it already, or start a new enrollment. There's help for student services, or if you need language assistance, that is available too by clicking on those blue words. When should you do it? Do it as soon as possible. You need to have your child registered and get all that paperwork turned in. If you need help, this is the number that you can call for student services, and they can walk you through it. Will you be able to visit the school before the first day of school? We're saying yes, as long as the governor's order permits it. At this point, we are still at the stay-at-home orders. Information from the district nurses. So you need to have all of your required immunizations up to date. And you may ask, what immunizations does my child need to have? What vaccinations? You can click again on the blue words, and it will take you here, and it will show what they need to have already completed and what shots they should already have. This is something that you can get from your doctor. They also have to have a health appraisal form completed by your doctor before they start. This is the form that they need to fill out. You can print it off on their website by clicking on those blue words. If your child requires medication, so for example, if they're asthmatic and they need an inhaler, or if they're allergic to bee stings and they need an EpiPen, or they're allergic to certain food allergies and they need an EpiPen on hand. These are all medical forms that need to be completed by the doctor with the medication to be stored at school. We need to know this information to keep your child safe so that they can have a good learning experience. If they have diabetes, we need to know that. If they have hearing loss, we need to know that. If they need glasses because they have sight deficiencies, we need to know these things. These are all important information that we need to be aware of. And if you have any questions, you can always call student services again. The number is at the bottom, or any of these will take you to the correct forms that you need for the nurses. Soft start and no kindergarten school days. So these are subject to change depending on what our school year will look like next year with the governor's orders. If school is back in session with governor's permission, August 31st will be the first day of school, and it is a half a day for all students. So dismissal is at 11:45. September 1st through the 3rd are half days only for kindergarten. 1st through 5th grade go to a full day of school, but kindergarten only has a half a day, so dismissal is at 11:45. This is to help them get ready to start a full day of kindergarten with us. September 4th, the entire district is closed for Labor Day, so the first full day of school for kindergarten will be September 5th. No school for kindergarten students on September 25th, November 20th, and February 5th. These 3 days are based on kindergarten teachers having professional learning on those days. So there will be no school just for kindergarten on those days. I did make an error on the first full day of school. The first full day of school for us will, of course, be September 8th. I apologize. There was an error in the slide. A must-do for parents. Make sure that you have an email address on file with us. You have to have an active email address. If you do not have one, you can create one through Yahoo or Gmail for free. With that email address, you are going to be doing lots of things. One of the things you're going to do is subscribe to the Miller Elementary blog. This is a resource that you can use right now. Next year, you're going to need it to subscribe to your teacher's blog and remind text. This is the way we'll communicate with you weekly and sometimes even daily. Right now, you can visit the Miller website. So we are a technology school. That means most of our information that we're going to send to you is going to be through our website. So you need to make sure that you are active on those. You can click on the Miller blog right here by visiting there, and it's going to take you to this site. When you get there, you can see on the right side that we can subscribe by mail. Right here, you just type in your email address and hit subscribe. Right now, it's going to give you all the updates of what's happening in school for us currently. If you wanted to see a current kindergarten blog, you can click on there, and it will take you to any teacher's blog and email address. So here are all the kindergarten teachers, and here are each of our blogs that you could visit. It also is going to take you to resources that you can use over the summer with your child under students. So more student website and links is where you would go. And on here, it will take you to things like PBS Kids. It will take you to Starfall, Math Playground. It's going to take you to different activities. And it even tells you at the top what areas that you might want if you're looking for something for math, if you're looking for letters or numbers or books, if you're looking for social studies or science activities or just some kind of fun site. It will help you with those things as well. So those are just a few the things that we have going on. We are so excited to welcome you to Miller Elementary for our new kindergarten school year. We're excited to have you. We hope that you have a great summer, and we look forward to welcoming you in September. See you then.